Hello everyone, welcome to the second phase on how to properly use the Tier 3 package. And on this package, we'll show you how to carefully perform a Google search function using Cubana bots. So now let's proceed. So you start by selecting your bot family or family 0, select your proxy, select your campaign. Remember to always use profiles, that is if you are using with Gmail accounts. So select one thread because we are just using this to get our Google search functions. One thread. Then you proceed to start. Right, let's wait for it to launch. As you can see, the email is still logged in, even after 7 days of logged in. So here's the Gmail account, still very active. Let's see the previous search we made. Okay, can you see? So right now, let's proceed to create our Google search function. So head over to build process, click on build campaigns, select tier 3. So now let's proceed to build our organic search. So now hit on full organic search function. This is what we are going to be using for tier 3. Select this. All right, so here you go. So it said search engine URL. Which search engine are you using? For this test case, we'll be using Google. So now let's proceed to copy Google's URL link. You can also use Yahoo, you can use DuckDuckGo or any other browser you want or search engine. So now press Ctrl V to paste in the Google link. So it says how many seconds to sleep after landing on this Google search engine page. So let's give it 8 seconds of sleep. So the next option says search for random I keywords, false or true. So in this case, we'll be selecting true. So it says search expert. So this place can be very tricky. I just want you to pay close attention to this. So it says enter expert for search box and press enter for new line. So it says enter expert. So how do we copy experts in the previous video? It's simple. So we simply right click. Let me do it again. Move your mouse here or your cursor, then right click here again, select inspect, right click here again, click on inspect. So here it is, guys. So right click again, click on copy experts. Let me do that again. Right click here, inspect. So the highlighted text area is what you are going to copy. So right click on this highlighted text area, copy the expert again. So head over to this box, Control V. So that's how to copy the search box expert. So it says search engine keyword. Like what keyword do you want Cubana bots to search for? So now let's use a different keyword. Let's say how to invest in 2026. Hit enter for a new search of keyword. So let's make our second keyword. Let's say car insurance for me in the US. So just two keyword search. So it says how many seconds to spend on search page after searching for this. Like how many seconds to just stay after searching for this. So let's give it, you should wait for 8 seconds to scroll up and down. So it says minimum amount of times to search for keywords. Since you have two keywords here, you can say, okay, you want it to search for both keywords. You say two. Since you just have only two here. If you have up to five, you can say, you can select random, say 2 to 5. But in this case, let's search for both keywords. So let's give it 2 and 2. Okay. So now it says visit any site from search results. So now let's visit our sites. Let's try to visit our sites. So ensure you visit your sites first. So let's visit our sites. Copy, paste it here. Click on enter. Okay. Close this for now. So the name of our site is folio.online. Let's add the dot there. So let's just search for folio.online. Okay, it seems it's not seeing our site. So now let's search for the full site. Let's see if it will bring it up. Okay, so here is our site. So in order for Cubana bot to quickly see our site, we just have to paste in the full URL. So this is what we are going to be using. So let's head back to Cubana bot. So it says visit any site from search results. So let's say true. Visit any site from search results. Let's say true. So how many seconds to spend on visited sites from search results? So let's give it 30 seconds. So that means after searching for the first keyword, it will visit one site, any site from the search result, and stay on that site for 30 seconds. Then it will now go back to this second keyword, search for it, spend another 30 seconds, and any randomly clicked site on the search engine result page. So now it says search for your site and visit true search results. Say true. So remember we searched for our site. So now after we search for our site, proceed to copy the search expert again. So you right click again. Remember, right click, move your cursor here, right click, right click again, click on inspect. Okay, so now right click again, click on inspect. So now see, look at this highlighted text area. This is what you are going to copy. So right click again, copy expert. So now let's do it again. So let's do it again. Right click again, click on inspect, right click again, click on inspect, right click, then you copy the expert. So you paste the expert here, paste it here. So it is always different. So that's why if you want to search for your site, always ensure you search for your site so you can copy the search expert that comes with searching for your site. So you just paste it here. So what is your site keyword? Now remember, this is the keyword you searched for. This. So all you have to do is just copy this, then paste it here so that Cubana bot can easily find your site. So Control V. So what is your website URL? You can also paste it here as well. Control V. So it says how many seconds to spend after searching for your site. So let's say you should spend uh 50 seconds. No, let's say you should spend 8 seconds after searching for our site on the search engine page. So it says how many seconds to spend after landing on your site. That means after waiting for 8 seconds, Cubana bot will proceed to click on the search your site on the search engine page. So how many seconds do you want it to stay on your site after landing on your site? So you can give it stay 50 to 60 seconds. So clicking of experts. So clicking of experts, remember in previous videos, we already copied our experts. So these are our experts. We already copied our experts. So we can copy all of this. So remember, copy this, Control C, head back to Cubana bots, drag this down here, then Control V. Okay. So now it says the minimum seconds to spend after clicking on your expert. That means after it has clicked on your expert or any random article expert, how many seconds do you want it to interact with that particular article that it has clicked on? So you can say it should interact with 30 to 40 seconds. So how many times do you want it to repeat the clicking of experts? How many times? So I just want you to click on experts just once, one time, just one, because this expert is only visible on the home page. So that means it's just be clicking on it just one time. So do you want it to click on matching URL? Like if you don't want it to click on expert, you can say you can fill this up with clicking of matching URL. Or if you don't want clicking of matching URL, you can also use clicking of expert. Either one works for fine. So let's just fill this up. It says clicking of matching URL. All you have to just enter your site's URL. So we'll copy this, Control C, scroll down, Control V. So minimum seconds to spend after clicking on any of your site's matching URL. So we say 50 No, we say 30 to 40 seconds. We say 30 to 40 seconds. So it says repeat clicking of matching URL. How many times do you want it to click on any random URL on your site? So simple, I just say one and one. So now the last option, it says if site not found, visit true links, false or true. Let's select true. So now it says enter your site URL. Instead of adding your site direct URL, I would advise you add a referral URL. So now let me teach you how to go about that. So it says enter your site URL. Instead of entering your site URL, all you have to do, you can use X or Google Sites. So I would prefer you use Google Sites or you use X. So now you can proceed to copy this one, copy link address, head over to Cubana bots. Sorry, head over to Cubana bots, Control V. You can also add the referral code for Google Sites. Okay, so now let's proceed to create a new site Google referral link. Okay, so now let's add a new site, create a blank site. So our page title will be our site name. Copy this, copy, Control A, Control V. So this is what we're going to be using. So then you proceed to add a button beneath this. So you go down, click on button. So let's add the button. Where's the button? Where's the button? Okay, this. So now let's call this home page. Home page. So what's the link for the home page? Let's copy it here. Copy, then Control V, then you press insert. So you can move this here. So that's all, guys. Then you hit on publish. So what's the name of the site Google name? So we can say, okay, let's name it like this. Let's copy our site name. So Control V. Okay, it says you can't use this. Let's just do it like this. Okay, let's do it like this. So we can use this, doesn't matter. So click on publish. So we are publishing it right now. So it says your site has been published successfully. So you can copy this. So now let's copy the link. So here we are. All you have to do is just look at this, right click, then copy the link address. Copy it. Look at this. Copy the link address. Head over to Cubana bots. Select the site URL. Click on enter. Then Control V. So right now you have two referral links. Instead of adding your URL site directly, you can use this referral link. But I prefer you always use this. I'll prefer you always use this instead of Twitter. So now let's remove the X one. You can proceed to use the site Google's referral link. So now it says minimum seconds to spend on site after visiting through URL. That means after visiting through this Google referral link, how many seconds do you want Cubana bots to spend on your site? So let's say 40 to 60 seconds. So now do you want clicking of experts? If you want clicking of experts, all you have to do is just head over here, copy those experts that you've once copied their experts. So head over to Cubana bots, drag this down, then Control V. So minimum seconds to spend after clicking on experts. So we can say 30, a minimum of 30 to 50 seconds. So it says repeat clicking of expert. How many times do you want it to click on expert? So just go with one. So it says clicking of matching URL, just like the previous ones we've done. So you just have to fill it up. Copy, Control V. Minimum seconds to spend after clicking on matching URL, say 30 to 50, 40 seconds. So repeat clicking of matching URL. No, you just want it to click on matching URL one time. So now, should in case you don't fill this up, this would work. So you have to, if you just want only this to work, then you don't have to fill the expert session. If you want only the expert session to work, you fill only expert. So as it is now, it is only the expert that work because it is occupied. So it can also do this as well. But so let's watch. So now that we have filled up this section, let's proceed to save it. So scroll down, click on add tags. So there you go, guys. The tags for performing a full Google search option. So we'll proceed to test it and watch it at least 2 times. So just to be sure we are doing the correct thing. So now name it Google search tags. So now proceed to save it. So there you go, guys. We just created a Google search tags. So now let's proceed to test it. So remember to turn this off. Remember we have one active bot running. So see stop. So now let's proceed to start the entire process for Google search tags. So click on start process. Select your bots. Remember we used this. So select this. Uh, Select your proxy. Select your campaign. Google search tags. Select this. Use profiles. That is if you already have logged in email accounts. So how many threads? You say one, one. So you proceed to start. So guys, let's watch. Let's watch how it goes. Okay, you see we are still logged in. All right, so now let's watch it perform some Google search options. So now please watch carefully so you can take notes. Very soon, okay, it has clicked on the search expert. So it's about to search for one of those keywords we had put in earlier on. Can you see car insurance for me in the US? So now let's see. Let's see what it does. Okay. So can you see car insurance for me in the US? So it just performed one one keyword search. So now let's watch, let's observe. Okay. Scrolling. So it has randomly clicked on a URL there. So okay, it says the URL did not change. Probably we did not give it enough time. So it's proceeding to search for the second keyword. So it says car insurance for me in the US. Okay, let's keep watching. Okay, okay, it has randomly clicked on a specific URL. So can you see it? So it will proceed to spend 30 seconds on this site, just as we did mention in the tags. So you see everything in the log viewer. Okay, scrolling. Okay, please note, keep observing. After 30 seconds, so you head back to the search engine page. Okay, so it is back to the search engine page. So now it will proceed to search for our site. So now let's keep observing. Let's keep watch. So, okay. So it said it is visiting the site directly because search for your site through search engine result was not successful. So it says it could not search for our site on Google. So we'd have to edit this tax campaign and see what went wrong. So let's proceed to stop the bot, then start it again. So let's stop it. Okay. So now let's head back to build process, build campaigns, select tier 3 campaign. So this is the one we'll be editing. Okay, now let's proceed to launch this because we made an error here. Let me show you guys. So we made an error here. So let's edit this. Click on edit. Okay, click on edit. Okay, so we've clicked on edit. Remember to turn this on. Remember to turn this on. Remember to turn this on. Okay, so where is the mistake coming from? Okay, so the mistake is actually coming from here. Clicking on X. No, not here. Okay, yeah. So the mistake is actually coming from here. So all you have to do here is just remove this, copy this from here, copy this one into this place. So all you have to do is just copy all of this, press Ctrl C, scroll down, scroll down here. So scroll down here. So where you have search for your site and visit through search results. So Ctrl A, then Ctrl V. So there you go, guys. That's the error. That's why the bot couldn't search for our site on the search engine page. So now let's proceed to save this. Ensure it's all correct. So now let's save. Let's add the tags back. Then let's click on save. So now, guys, now that we have fixed the error, let's proceed to start the bot over again. So head over to start process, select your family, select the bot, use the proxy, select the campaign, Google search text. Always remember to use profiles. That is if you have email logged in cookies. Now let's select this. Number of thread, say 1, not 11. 1. So scroll down, proceed to start. So now let's watch. So the reason why we had to start over again is because of this. It said now visiting your site directly because search for your site and visit through search result was not successful. So that's why we had to start the bot over again. So now let's observe. Let's clear this log. So as you can see, the email is still logged in. So now let's watch our log viewer. So it just searched for one of our keywords, how to invest in 2026. So now let's proceed to watch further. So it will start scrolling. So it is scrolling already. Okay. Seems the stay time couldn't meet up. So that's why we made an option. If you observe closely, we said wait for page to fully load, optional, because the default time is 5 seconds. That's why the link, the option couldn't work well. So next time we are launching, we'd have to increase this to like 15 seconds. Always ensure you put at least 10. Don't use the default wait time if your proxy is slow. If your proxy is very fast, then you don't need to adjust this. But if your proxy is slow, you can just set this at 15. Okay. So now let's watch. Okay. So can you see? So it successfully clicked on another URL. So it is about to interact with the URL for 30 to 40 seconds. So now let's see. All right, so it has gone back to the search engine page. So now it is about to search for our site. All right, guys, so let's observe closely. So it is about to search for our site. Okay, okay, okay. So now let's see if it will click on our site from the search engine results. Let's pay attention. All right, so it has successfully clicked on our site from the search engine results. So that is how to do it, guys. Look at how it does it. Very easy and very easy to use. So we agree on this. So guys, that's how to use Cubana bots to perform a full search, organic search. So you can either use Google or you use Yahoo or DuckDuckGo, whichever one that you please. So that's how to use it, guys. A full organic search function. So now let's proceed to watch further what Cubana bot further does. So now let's pay attention. Let's observe. So remember we said you should click on experts. So now let's watch. You should click on expert just once. So it is about to click on an expert. So let's pay attention. Let's observe closely. So it has clicked on an expert. Can you see? So it has successfully clicked on an expert. So we said you should click on expert just once. So it has clicked on expert successfully. So now let's proceed to watch further. So guys, there you go guys. So it has completed the search engine task. So that's how to properly use the tier 3 package for search for using Google search or organic search function. So all you have to do is just head over to build campaign, select tier 3 campaign, then you proceed to create a Google search tax. So guys, that's it on tier 3 package. See you later.